How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So this is like a few times I've been here now, which is pretty fun. I like to think of it kind of like as dating, you know? We're like pretty far into it, so I can start trauma dumping on you guys now. So we're gonna be like overly honest. You're not gonna want to hear it, but my therapist won't hear it anymore either, so. Now, before I start, for a quick poll for later on, is everyone relatively familiar with the medication lithium?
Yes.
If you're not, it's used to treat bipolar disorder, usually. So keep that in mind for later.
Hepatotoxic.
Now, that being said, kids nowadays are very ballsy. Like, I was nowhere near as intense as kids are nowadays. My nephew was only 6, and he will like talk shit at his mom. Not with his mom, at his mom. Like, I never did that. I was a very anxious child. But, like, he better get through it now, because when you get to my age, DIFUS does not come for you anymore. You are over the age of 18, I don't care. It's not happening. Like, if I talk like that to my mom now, I will be under the shed. Like, 6 feet under the shed. Not good. Now, that being said, as I mentioned earlier, I was a bit anxious as a child. Probably around like 10 or 11, I developed like panic attacks, anxiety. And you're probably wondering, oh, but that's too young for anxiety. Well, trauma is rated E for everyone. So, welcome to my world. Now you may be wondering, oh, now why did you have anxiety at such a young age? Let me tell you. So, growing up, I had a little bit of trauma growing up. Myself and my biological mother at the time did not have the best relationship, so hence the trauma. So I would go over my friend's house, my best friend of my childhood. I would go over her house almost every weekend probably. And she was one of 6 kids. That's a lot. Like, we're not in the 1800s. You don't need to mass produce anymore. Not necessary. But, so, plus myself, that's 7 kids, and 4 of which were younger than us. So that's crazy. My biological mother only had to deal with myself and my sister. And I was like a preteen and she was a teenager. Pretty self-sufficient. Not much to take care of, but too much. Apparently. So, that being said, as I got older, I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. My friend's parents used to take care of me and 6 other kids, and my biological mother cannot take care of me and my sister. That is 7 versus 2. The math does not add up. Like, you don't have to be Einstein to know that, like, 7 minus 2 is fucked up. Wrong. Now, speaking of things that are messed up, this economy is pretty not good. Am I right? Like, has anyone been in Acme lately? Tried to buy like a gallon of milk or eggs? It's insane. See, that's the feeling. That is the sound effect for grocery shopping. Now that being said, what I like to say is that if the economy bounced back as quickly as my biological mother did on Valium or lithium, we would be fine. Not the case. So, the other day, I saw, and speaking of groceries, I saw an article, Americans are renting chickens to save money on eggs. We are pimping out chickens! Like, you better hope that they don't figure out how much they're worth, because you're gonna have chickens pimping out chickens.
You gotta get chicken insurance for coyotes.
Exactly, you're gonna have to have a life insurance policy on your chicken. It's ridiculous. That being said, I just like to imagine in my head, chickens become self-aware and they start pimping themselves out. You know, you have like roosters, the male chickens, and the hens, the female chickens. And the male rooster just has like his little wing out and he's like, you want brown eggs, large eggs, free range eggs? And for whatever reason, he sounds like Robert De Niro. I can't really explain it, but that's what he sounds like. And you got female, you know, the hens, and they're like, you want these eggs? Real hooker might say that too. I don't know any hookers, but don't quote me on that. But that is pretty much all I got for tonight. You know, because we have much bigger things to worry about that are balloon-shaped. So hopefully that being said, everyone can buy eggs this week. Thank you guys. Have a good night.